So I have you for a massage appointment, but it didn't specify what kind you were interested in. Oh, I see. Dealer's choice. Interesting. Well, I think instead of sticking with one type, maybe we go with a bit of a blend. How would you feel about, think maybe a Siro Abhyangam, maybe a little Anma, maybe a little Kunye. I think that'll work. How does that sound? Alright. Well, primarily these are oil massages, save for the Anma, but I'll use any residual oil on my hands. You mind if we just get started? Wonderful. So let's get some oil here. Just a little bit to start. And we will begin with the Siro Abhyangam. We are going to work with the head. Just going to do some distribution here. So you might not know it by the name Siro Abhyangam, but I'm certain you've heard of Indian head massage. Yes, that would be what that is. So this is an oil-based massage that is used in Ayurveda, or more like traditional Indian medicine. And it's used as a treatment as opposed to just for relaxation. We will be using a lot of stroking to distribute the oil, and often you're using some kind of medicated oil, oil with ginger, that sort of thing in a traditional Indian head massage, but for us, we are just taking some of the parts. Good. Lots of stroking here. And I hope you don't mind that you'll be a little oily. Luckily, we do have some shower facilities, so you don't have to go out in public all oily if you don't want. Some people don't care if you're going straight home. But the longer the oil sits, the more benefits one gets from it. Softening, hydrating, and quite warming, which is excellent for this time of year. Just with my fingertips. And stroke it through. One side, the other. Back again. So for Anma, that is a Japanese traditional massage. We're going to go all over East Asia today. And, well, I suppose that's not quite correct. We're going all over Asia today. And it is said that Anma originated from China and was brought to Japan a long, long time ago, centuries ago. There's zigzags. And it was adopted, and the massage modality shiatsu, I believe, is derived from that. Shiatsu meaning finger pressure. Not to be confused with ashiatsu, which is done with the feet. We'll do a few little pulls and twists. It's going to be right next to the scalp. Just with my fingertips. So Anma uses a lot more firm pressure, at least in this particular application. I know I want to do that for the face. We'll see where else I want to go with that. And Kunye is a Tibetan massage. Pull, twist, pull, twist and pull, pull. Good. Twist, pull. Zigzags. Almost all the oil has been absorbed, which is what we're looking for. We don't really want any on our hands for the face. For our massage, I'm using olive oil. It's fairly neutral in terms of massage oils for what is recommended to do for each massage. Can be used in a pinch for any of them, so it makes a good option. Little zigzags through the scalp, through the hair, just with my fingertip. for Anma, we are going to do some of these deeper pressures. We're going to start with the mastication muscles, or at least the lower ones. So here you have the master, and we're more into the lateral pterygoid. It's one of those deep muscles in that area. Good. We just press deep. Press. Each side of the masseter here, using my fingers, bringing them in, lateral to medial. We'll get into the temporalis. So we are going to use the hands to knead in here, press in deep, by the temples, not in that little hollow. Be a little uncomfortable. Then we can use the thumbs to sweep across frontalis here. Work medially to laterally. Getting slower, deeper. And then I'm going to have you turn your head to the side, and it's going to feel a little strange, but I'm going to be isolating the sternocleidomastoid, which is the big muscle that sticks out here. And we're going to very gently knead that, so that's this muscle right here. Keep your head turned. I'm just going to take both sides. Delicate work. Just stay with your head turned. Picking it up a little. Isolating it. Using my thumbs alongside of it. Turn your head to the other side. Right in here. There we go. Good. Takes a little bit of maneuvering to be gentle with this. Pressure okay here? Very good. One hand, index, and thumb. And the other. I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging, and then we'll get into some kunye on the chest and abdomen next. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see much better. Now for kunye. We're going to need a little cotton ball because we are going to be dabbing our oil along what's called the central line. We're going to start with that. So with this, I'm just going to press and dab the oil just along the middle line here, the chest and abdomen. And then we are going to do a little bit of distribution here. I'm going to rub the oil well into the skin. Now, when doing a full kunye massage, one is actually supposed to tie red strings to the fourth finger and toe on each side so that we don't let any negative energy in and don't let any positive energy out. But since we're doing this mixed modality massage, it's just more like a little taste test. We'll start with the abdomen. I'm going to use my full hands for these big circles. And there is a concept of a phlegm and a bile side to the body, like the humoral theory in this massage. So each side is treated a little differently. Here we'll be able to rub the left side, the phlegm side, create friction, create heat. Whereas the other side, or bile side, is these soft, soothing strokes, where we are not creating any heat. One side where everything gets a little rub down. The other side where it goes a little slower, a little more relaxed. for the arms and the hands, we'll switch back to Anma. I know I want to continue the Kunye on the back. We'll see what we want to do with the legs. How is this feeling? The difference between the warm, brisk massage on one side and the slower strokes on the other. Yes, it's not something you see in other massage. So I'm going to rub the central line here. Use the back of my hand. Use my two hands to do a little bit of stretching at the two ends here, aided by our oil, making it a little smoother. For the arms, if I could just see your arm here. Just using the residual bit of oil. And we're going to start with the thumbs and this muscle in here. We're going to do a little bit of kneading here. They're kneading into the muscle. And we can do some rotations of the thumb. One way, the other. And I'm going to have you just keep the hands splayed open so that I can stretch everything out. Stretch the palm. Now I'll just have you turn your hand over. We can get into the little spaces between the bones, between the metacarpals here. Use my thumb to kind of strip this out. This is where that tiny bit of oil is pretty helpful. We're going to work the back of your hand with some firm kneading in here. Is this too much or is this okay? All right. And then moving to the wrist. And between the forearm bones here, the radius and the ulna. Little bits of catches, but not too bad. biceps and triceps. Get in some kneading here. And even up into the upper pectoral area, the side of my hand. Other arm. We have the thumb. We have a little bit of the trains. We have a little bit of rotation here. One way and the other. Stretch out the hand if you can just keep the hand splayed. And getting in between the finger bones. Kneading, a little bit of catching here now that we've used up a bit of oil. That's all right. Just reposition, change it a little bit, and the wrist. Between the bones of the forearm. Biceps and triceps. And kneading the upper chest with the side of my hand. So I think I've decided for your legs we are going to continue with our Kunye. We'll get some more of our oil. That way we can start with the upper thighs, or rather I suppose the upper leg with the thighs. I'll do one leg first where we dab our oil. Do big strokes along the thighs, whole hand. distributing the oil. And then I'm going to bend your knee here so that we can do fast rubbing either side. And lay that down before we bring the oil down. All out. Those long strokes like we did. Upper thigh. And then for the bottom of the foot, just going to rub the sole of your feet. And then the top of the foot. Before we come in and pull on the toes. Dab our oil. Strokes. Making sure to get the full surface of the leg here. Top, sides, underneath. Bending the leg, warming up the knee. Bringing the oil down. Keeping the leg straight now. Bringing it down. The sole of the foot. Briskly rubbing. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to grab a towel. Top of the foot. And we'll just do a little wipe down. Just so if you do choose to go out with the oil still on your skin, it's not going to stain everything. It's not going to get everywhere. The toes. Everything a little wipe down. Bottoms of the feet. To the arms. Abdomen. Chest. just going to dab at your face if you don't mind. Good. Along the hairline. Let's go ahead and get you onto your back, and then we'll finish the massage with some kunye. So this time, instead of just one line of oil, we're actually going to do two. One on each side. Dab on one side and the other. Making sure to get a good amount of oil on the skin. Okay. So, right against the neck here, we'll do some stroking. We can do our brisk rubbing on the one side. Slow, smooth strokes on the other. Smooth, long strokes. We can do our rapid rubbing along the central line of the back here. Create some warmth. Just do a few more passes of this. Lower back, and we're just going to open this up. Warm everything up. Pull this area open a bit. get a little bit unstuck. Up. So let me grab my towel. And just wipe everything up here. These are rather absorbent, so the oil likes to get picked up pretty easy. As I mentioned before, if you would like, you're more than welcome to use our shower facilities. There are different soaps and shampoos and conditioners for your use. And if you don't mind, if you want to go home and shower, you can do that as well. You can also leave the oil in your hair for a couple hours, maybe wash it before you go to bed. I would wrap it in a towel if you choose to do that, and then your hair should be really soft when you do wash it out. I would wash it out twice. The olive oil can be a little clingy to the hair. So, if you don't have any questions, that will conclude your mixed modality massage. Okay, excellent. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night. Thank you.